This video will show you how to make a fluid eruption animation in Blender. Please watch it up to the very end. When you open Blender, first press Delete to delete the default cube. Press Shift to then go to Mesh and add a cylinder. Press Tab to go to the edit mode, then click on this X to go to the side view. Come up here and click on this icon to activate X-ray visibility. Select these top vertices, then click on this Z to go to the top view. Press I and insert this face up to this level. Click on this X to go to a side view, then press E and move it up to somewhere here. Press 2 to switch to edge selection, then press and hold Alt, then select these two edge loops. Click on this X to go to the side view, then press Ctrl-Shift-B to bevel it. Come down here and click on this drop-down arrow to expand on this settings panel. Click here to switch it to edges, then click on this drop-down arrow and switch this width type from offset to %. Increase this width percentage to about 35, then increase these segments to 7. Click here on width percentage again and increase it to 45. Press Alt and click on this edge, then press Ctrl-Shift-B to bevel it. Come to the bevel settings and switch it to edges, then change this width type to offset. Increase this width to 0.07, then reduce these segments to 3. Select these top edges, then press E and move them up to this level. Press Ctrl or then click and right-click to add an edge loop here. Press S and scale it up to this level. Press Ctrl-Shift-B to bevel it, then come to the bevel settings and switch it to edges. Increase this width to 0.05. Now come up here and click on this icon to turn off X-ray visibility, then press 3 to switch to face selection. Select this face, then press Delete and click on Faces to delete it. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. Go to Object, then click on Shade Auto Smooth to shade it auto smooth. Now press Shift to then go to Mesh and add a cube. Click on this X to go to a side view, then click on this icon to activate X-ray visibility. Press S, then scale it down up to this level. Now press Shift A again, then go to Mesh and add a cube. Press S, then Shift Z, then 2 to scale it up by 2, locking the Z axis. Now press Tab to go to the edit mode. Select these top vertices, then press G, then Z, then 3 to move them up by 3. Press G, then Y, then 1 to move it by 1 along the Y. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. Come up here and click on this icon to turn off X-ray visibility. Come to the physics properties, then click on fluid to add a fluid physics to it. Click here and change this type to domain, then change this domain type to liquid. Select this smaller cube, then come back to the physics properties and click on fluid to add a fluid physics to it. Click here and change this type to flow, then change this flow type to liquid. Select this bottle, then come to the physics properties and click on fluid to add a fluid physics to it. Click here and change this fluid type to effector. Now if you play it and click on this icon to turn on the X-ray visibility, you can see the fluid in the bottle, but it seems squeezed up. To fix that, come back to the physics properties under the effector settings and turn on as planner. Now if you play it, you can see that it is no longer squeezed up, but it is still not taking shape. To fix that, select this liquid, then come back to the physics properties and click here, then increase these resolution divisions to about 64. Now if you play it, you can see that it is starting to take shape. So press Shift to then go to Curve and add a path. Press R, then Y, then 90 to rotate it along the Y by 90. Now press Tab to go to the edit mode. Press G, then Z and move it up to somewhere here. Select this point, then press G and move it up to this point. Press E and extrude it to the side you want the fluid to pour. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. Now come to the physics properties and click on Force Field to add a force field physics to it. Click here on Shape and change it from point to curve. Now if you play it, you can see that nothing much is happening. So come back to the physics properties and increase on this strength to about 11. Now if you play it, you can see the fluid starting to spread out. So come back to the force field setting and change this value to a negative value. Now if you play it, you can see it being sucked out of the bottle, but it seems too harsh. So come back to this strength value and increase it to -6. If you play it now, you can see that the force has reduced, but it is still too harsh. So come back to this strength value and increase it to -3. Now if you play it, you can see that it is starting to look okay. Select this domain and press tab to go to the edit mode. Come up here and click on this icon to turn on this X-ray visibility. Select these top vertices, then press G, then Z, then 2 to move them up by 2. Now press tab to go back to the object mode. If you play it now, you can see it starting to come out. So come back to the physics properties and scroll down to border collisions and deactivate all of them except for the top and bottom. Now if you play it, you can see it coming out well, but the fluid seems to be stuck on the bottle. This is because the force is still active throughout the entire simulation. So to fix that, select this curve and come to around frame 70. Come to the force field settings, then click on this dot along the strength value to add a keyframe to it. Come to about frame 100 and increase on this strength to 0, then click on this dot to add a keyframe to it. Now if you play it, you can see it coming out well. So select this fluid, then come back to the physics properties and increase these resolution divisions to about 128. Scroll down to cache, then click on this box to activate as resumable. Click here and change this type from replay to all. Click on bake all to bake the simulation. Now if you play it, you can see that it just got messed up. So select this curve, then come to frame 69 and reduce the strength to 0, then click on this dot to add a keyframe to it. Now select this fluid and scroll down to cache, then click on free all to free the bake. Click on bake all to bake the simulation again. Now if you play it, you can see it coming out perfectly. And now we are done. You can now go ahead to work on your scene further in Render. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial up to now, I really appreciate. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest content. Also, let us know what you want us to teach you about Blender in the comments. I promise we'll make a video. Have fun animating. I sign out.